What's in a name? Apparently more than you'd think. Cris Franco and his alter ego tell us why.
And now, a message of moniker madness from the Bard of the Barrio.
To be or not to be Latino? That is the question. Or is it to be or not to be Hispanic? That is the question. Or better yet, to be or not to be Chicano? Is that the question? Oh, Hades! I know not what to call myself! Senor Bard, ingest ye a chill pill, for ye are not alone. Call us Chicanos, Latinos, Mexican Americans, La Raza, or that good old chestnut Hispanics, and you're probably mislabeling some of us. But why doth we obsess on a name? A rose by any other name would smell as sweet. This isn't a rose. Well, Rose may not care what you call her, but apparently Rosa does. According to the Pew Hispanic Center, most Hispanics prefer not to be called Hispanic. Instead, they prefer to be identified by their country of origin. There's Cuban and Dominican, Chilean and Peruvian, Honduran, Venezuelan, Nicaraguan and Bolivian. There's Puerto Rican, Costa Rican, Uruguayan, Paraguayan, Argentine and Mexican, from Ecuador and Salvador, Panama, Colombia, Guatemala, and someplace called Guinea Ecuadoria. And of course, there's Spain. Yeah! Zounds! I was never so bethumped with words! In fact, only 1/4 of Hispanics list Hispanic as their desired designation. I'll be behind this tree. And what's amiss with the word Hispanic? Nothing. And everything. Technically, the word Hispanic means originating from a Spanish-speaking country, which we are, unless you were born in the U.S., which many were. But los baby boomers renounced the term Hispanic, which was imposed on us at a young age by the Nixon administration. To some, it's a misnomer because Hispanic is just too Eurocentric, as it completely ignores the fact that we are primarily the descendants of the indigenous peoples of the Americas. Yes! Mexico's National Institute of Indigenous Peoples estimates that the Americas' Hispanics have up to 70% indigenous blood. Blood? Out! Out, damn spot! Yes, that's what some feel the term Hispanic does. It further whitewashes away our native roots and true identity. Also, you're either a Spaniard from Spain, or you're not. Hispanic? Can you find the nation of Hispania? You can't, because it doesn't exist. So rejecting Hispanic, today many of my hermanos prefer the word Latino. Can you say Latino? Latino, Latino! Wherefore art thou, Latino? I art here! But this term is not necessarily better because it's just too broad. The Latino bloodline includes Portuguese, Italian, French. I'm not Portuguese, but I do love Italian dressing, and I love French wine, French bread, French food, that whole French carbohydrate thing. Also, if we're Latinos, why do any of us speak Latin? I mean, nobody in my family spoke Latin, and the only time I ever spoke Latin was as an altar boy serving Mass. So Latino doesn't truly describe you either. These words are like razors to my wounded heart. Drama queen. Hey, you could call yourself Chicano, derived from the Aztec word Mexica. The Spaniards turned it into Mexicano, and the modern derivative, Chicano. A Chicano, my kingdom for a Chicano. Problem is, Chicano is primarily associated with Mexican roots, and it's evolved into more of a political identity than a national identity. Today, anyone could call himself Chicano if they subscribe to the general Chicano pro-raza agenda. Could I call myself raza, as in leave alone? Thank you very much. Yes, no, we're really not one race. Then we need a new name. How about Chiclat? Sounds like a chewing gum. Or perhaps Hispino. Hispino. Ooh, I gotta write that down. Then alas, alack, an alias I lack, and I can never deliver my soliloquy. Bravo! Isn't he good? Yay! Bravo! 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 But I can finish your soliloquy.
To be or not to be Latino, Hispanic, Chicano, La Raza, whatever. Should you ask yourself this somewhat daunting question, be prepared to know your history so you'll know what you're calling yourself. Otherwise, you might lose your identity. Or even worse, you might lose your candy. Ooh, alas, poor Yorick. I chewed him well.